Dangerous. Philippines again receives donation of dozens of fierce monster warships from France. The Philippine Coast Guard on Thursday said it would have taken delivery of 49 new ships by 2028, 40 of which be funded by a French loan worth $25.8 billion and 5 from Japan, as it boosts patrols in the South China Sea amid growing tensions with China. The rest will be built locally, PCG Commandant Admiral Ronnie Gil L. Gavin told the Security Forum on Thursday. This will be the largest single purchase in the modernization of the Philippine Coast Guard, PCG, Commandant he told the news briefing at the Presidential Palace. The purchase, which was approved by the National Economic and Development Authority Board, would let them deploy 2 patrol boats in every Philippine district fast enough to reach the edges of our exclusive economic zone, he added. The Coast Guard also seeks to add to its 30,000-strong manpower. This is a game changer for us because this will enable the Coast Guard to hold the position as the youngest fleet in Southeast Asia, Mr. Gavin said. In 5 years' time we foresee that we will become the most respected and the most able Coast Guard. In a statement, the NATO board said the purchase, which will be funded through official development assistance from the French government, includes 40 fast patrol craft, 20 of which will be built locally. These patrol craft will enhance the country's response capabilities in search and rescue operations, environmental protection, maritime law enforcement and disaster response, it added. The new boats will also help deter smuggling and illegal activities while ensuring the enforcement of maritime sovereignty in critical marine areas. Mr. Gavin said the Philippine Coast Guard had also been given the go signal to buy 5 97-meter vessels from Japan. Once delivered, we will have around 8 large ships. The Coast Guard will start taking delivery of the ships in 2027 until 2028. These purchases reflect the success of the PCG's assertive transparency campaign, which has generated domestic and international support, said Raymond M. Powell, a fellow at the U.S.-based Gordian Knot Center for National Security Innovation. The decision by international partners like France and Japan to assist the Philippines was motivated by the compelling visual evidence their governments saw after Manila showed it to the world, he said in an X message. Launched last year after the Chinese Coast Guard's use of a military-grade laser to drive away a PCG vessel, the transparency campaign seeks to expose Chinese vessels' aggression at sea. China claims the South China Sea almost in its entirety, including waters that are within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. A decision by a democratically elected government to devote its national resources toward improving its external security requires the support of its people, and the Philippine people have been energized to support their government because it showed them the pictures of the outrage that are occurring within their waters, Mr. Powell said. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos, Jr., who took office in 2022, has pursued closer defense ties with the U.S. and other Indo-Pacific powers. The PCG was under the Department of National Defense before it was transferred to the office of the President on March 30, 1998 through an order issued by the late President Fidel V. Ramos. Mr. Ramos later transferred the PCG to the Department of Transportation and Communications, which was split into 2 separate agencies in 2016 through a law signed by the late President Benigno S.C. Aquino III. The PCG has since been under the Transportation Department. In his message at the South China Sea Dialogue, Mr. Marcos said his government was pursuing broad public diplomacy and awareness efforts amid foreign intrusions into Philippine waters, as he denounced aggressive actions in the South China Sea. We seek to empower our citizens to become ambassadors for our cause. International support grows amid rising tensions. The Philippines' move to modernize its Coast Guard has received strong backing from international allies. French and Japanese officials have reaffirmed their commitment to supporting maritime security efforts in the Indo-Pacific region. Japanese ambassador to the Philippines Kashikawa Kazuhiko stated that the collaboration between Manila and Tokyo is part of a broader regional effort to uphold international law. Japan has always stood with the Philippines in promoting a free and open Indo-Pacific. We are proud to contribute to the modernization of the Philippine Coast Guard, he said. Meanwhile, French officials echoed a similar sentiment, highlighting that their cooperation aims to strengthen regional stability. The French naval industry will play a key role in producing the patrol craft, ensuring that the Philippines get state-of-the-art equipment tailored for maritime law enforcement. Beijing has yet to issue an official response regarding the Philippines' procurement of additional ships, but analysts predict China will likely view the move as a direct challenge to its extensive claims over the South China Sea. The Philippines' decision to enhance its maritime defense with international support is a clear signal that it will not be intimidated, said Southeast Asian security expert Dr. Richard Haydarian. This will likely lead to heightened tensions, but it also strengthens the Philippines' position in safeguarding its exclusive economic zone. Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels have been increasingly active in Philippine waters, often engaging in what Manila describes as dangerous maneuvers against Filipino patrols and fishermen. The Philippine government has continued to document and publicly expose these encounters as part of its transparency campaign. A game-changer for the Philippine Coast Guard. The arrival of the new vessels is expected to transform the PCG into a more formidable force in Southeast Asia. The planned recruitment drive will further enhance operational capabilities, ensuring that the Philippines can maximize the use of its expanded fleet. Admiral Gavin reiterated that these efforts are not just about military deterrence, but also about improving disaster response, environmental protection, and anti-smuggling operations. This is not just about external defense. This is about ensuring the safety and security of our waters for all Filipinos, he said. As the first batch of new patrol vessels is expected to arrive by 2027, the Philippines is set to enter a new era of maritime defense, one that prioritizes sovereignty, security, and regional stability.